Hi, today I am going to share with you an important decision of Honorable Supreme Court rendered on May 5th, 2020 between Panduranga Ganapati versus Vishwas Rao Patil Sahakari Bank Limited, wherein Supreme Court decided that Securitization Act can be applicable even to the cooperative banks. Now you all know what is a cooperative bank. I am not going to explain what a cooperative bank is all about, but I will explain in brief about what a Securitization Act is all about. Securitization Act is an act brought by the Parliament, that is central government, in 2002, giving enormous powers to commercial banks, both government and private, to sell the properties of the defaulters of loans given by the banks without approaching the civil court. So Securitization Act gives powers to the banks to bypass the civil court, because civil court, in the context of time, it takes hyper technical view, because CPC or the Civil Procedure Code is the procedure that is adopted by the civil courts, and the procedure is very elaborate. So therefore, banks were losing a lot of time in recovering the dues from the defaulters. And banks can't run if they are losing a lot of time, because they have to repay the deposits also. And the cycle of banking, that is accepting deposits and giving loans and accepting deposits and giving loans, is getting disturbed because of no proper procedure of recovery from the defaulters. Therefore, Parliament understood the problems and created a Securitization Act. So the very purpose of Securitization Act, or the sum and substance of a Securitization Act, is to give faster remedy to the banks within 60 to 90 days to recover their funds which were blocked in the hands of the defaulters. So Securitization Act can sell through the Securitization Act, banks can sell the properties of the defaulters and recover their funds immediately. Now, if cooperative banks also are doing the banking business, and why can't Securitization Act can be applied even to the cooperative banks? So Parliament rightly issued a notification in 2003, after 1 year, as an abundant caution, extending the benefits of Securitization Act even to the cooperative banks. Now the real problem comes up. The real problem is constitutional problems. Now in the constitution, in our setup of the constitution, there is a central government and there is a state government. Central government can make laws, state government can also make laws. Though central government can make laws on certain subjects, state government can make laws on certain subjects. So this is as per the Schedule 7 of the Constitution. The subjects are separate. Now what are central government subjects? For example, postal is a central government subject, aeroplanes is a central government subject, trains is a central government subject, military is a central government subject. Subjects which are between two states, interstate subjects, larger interest of the entire country will be the central subjects. And the state subjects are the local subjects. Like agriculture is a state subject, police is a state subject. In the same way, cooperative society is also state subject. Banking is a central subject. Why banking is a central subject? Because a person can operate all over India. So banking can always be a central subject. It can't be a state subject. Check issued in Hyderabad can be deposited even in Delhi also. Now banking is a central subject. Hope you understood the difference between a state subject and a central subject. So banking is a central subject. Securitization Act was made from the central subject of banking. But cooperative society is a state subject. Now how can banking be made applicable to the state subject? It was the question before all the high courts, because many high courts interpreted in a different way, because it is a constitutional disturbance. The disturbance is on the context of the constitution, the ground of the constitution level itself. Because cooperative societies are already having a remedy before the registrar of cooperative societies or the cooperative tribunal. The act itself, if you take Telangana, in the state of Telangana, there is a Telangana State Cooperative Act. So the act created a remedy. But because through the Cooperative Act, cooperative bank is established. And if anybody is defaulting through the loan that is given by the cooperative bank, the remedy is with the registrar or the tribunal, if at all tribunal is established. So that is the remedy already available in the cooperative society. But cooperative bank is under the control of RBI again, under the Banking Regulation Act. because whenever anybody is doing banking business, they are under the guidance and the regulation of the Reserve Bank of India and the Banking Regulation Act. So therefore, thinking on a broader context, the central government brought the ambit of Securitization Act, the scope of Securitization Act, even to the cooperative banks in the larger public interest. But central government had issued the notification violating the constitutional provisions. Therefore, Supreme Court entered, and this issue has been in the court since 17 years. Many high courts are giving conflicting decisions, because if you barely read the constitution, you will understand that there's a problem. Then the Supreme Court brought a doctrine called the doctrine of pith and substance, and put a quietus on this issue by deciding that Securitization Act is applicable even to the cooperative banks. This is in accordance with the GO that was issued in 2003 after the launching of the Act in 2002 itself. The GO was issued by the central government extending the scope in abundant caution, the scope of Securitization Act even to the cooperative banks. Now I will explain what is the doctrine of pith and substance. Pith and substance means, this can be understood with a fruit called orange. In orange there will be three parts. The one is the flesh of the fruit, the other is the peel of the fruit, and there will be a white part between the flesh and the peel which is called the pith of the fruit. So now the fruit has to be considered as a whole. The substance has to be considered as a whole. This is the doctrine of pith and substance. The pith of the substance encroached into the cooperative society, which is a state subject. Therefore, there is a clash. Now the doctrine of pith and substance says that no matter the central government encroaches into the state subject, if this doctrine is applied, it does not invalidate the law. That is the meaning of the doctrine of pith and substance. So therefore, Supreme Court settled the dispute. It is a 159-page document I am explaining in just 5 minutes to you. It reached Supreme Court because it has a constitutional importance. 5 judges decided this decision through a constitutional bench, and it's a landmark decision extending the powers of the Securitization Act even to the cooperative banks. Now cooperative banks can recover funds very quickly, and this will boost the economy. Thank you. Thanks for watching. If you have any doubts, kindly ask in the comment section. I will be pleased to answer them through a separate video or there itself.